postponed. Like, because see how it says on Yahoo, it says, like, for me, DeLon Wright, Wednesday at Chicago, PPD at Dallas, because they were going to be playing Dallas today, but the NBA moved a ton of games around later on, which is,
good.
We're starting to get into that, so you're going to see more of this. No, they're playing Chicago.
Cool. All right, we are live, Zach.
What up?
What's going on? Let me see how many games we have today.
Let me pull up Twitch, just because I'm using a new microphone, whatever. I want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Yep. All right, we got 10 games. 10-game slate.
Yes, we do. And that will be the first one. We got one game at 7, 2 at 7:30, a couple at 8. So for every other slate, if anyone's already listening, be ready for switches. Man, Hunter, I was like, because I've said I look back at some of the top lineups, and if I could have gotten there.
Mm-hmm.
In the 66 on DK, the difference between the build that I had on DK and the top winner was, instead of Bembry and JaMychal Green, he had Derrick Jones Jr. and Pat Connaughton. I had Derrick Jones Jr. and TLC at one point over, because I didn't really. I was like torn on JaMychal Green. I was like, he can go out there and get 40, or he can go out there and get like what he did last night. I was like, I don't know which one he's going to do. I don't like Michael Porter at his price, so I should play JaMychal Green. And so, like, I was kind of all over the place on what to do there, but I had Derrick Jones Jr. and TLC at one point, okay? So if I would have just done Derrick Jones and Pat Connaughton, we have the nuts. Like, and I could have got there because Pat Connaughton was getting minutes. That was an easy pivot to Bembry. It was just that I was more looking at TLC, so I was close. Like, I looked at that this morning, I was like, damn it, that's actually a lineup that I could have gotten to because I was already super close.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally just switching TLC to Pat Connaughton and saving that, and like, because I like Derrick Jones Jr. $3,700 for what he can do on a 6-game slate with, like, when I'm going stars and scrubs, I don't mind getting there. He's a 4K plus player, so. But yeah, I was close. But we got people in here who want to start talking about this shit.
Yeah, we've got a couple people in here. We'll give them a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw you crush DraftKings last night. That was good.
Yeah, I fell asleep like after halftime of the Brooklyn and Phoenix game, and we were already cashing. And I kept, every time Harden would score a bucket, I'd go and look, and we'd always move up a couple spots. So I was like, okay. And Harden wasn't like as shocked as I thought he was gonna be. It was more people went Giannis, which I mean I went all three. So every time he did anything, like, we were moving up, so I was like, I could go to bed and feel comfortable. I didn't expect us to get as high up on FanDuel as we did, but we definitely did. Got easily to the top 10%.
Sweet.
So
yeah, good shit. Cool. All right, man. Well, let's get going. What's up, Bagwell?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. All right, let's get into it. Give me 1 second here. All right. First game up, we got the Magic taking on the Knicks. The Knicks are 4-point favorites. The over-under is a very, very low 210.5. What do you like from this game?
Yeah, so I see 210. So we've got some injury news here. We need to know about Evan Fournier. We need to know about James Ennis. Alfred Camino only really matters for, like, if you're playing some of these other random people like Clark and Birch and Okiki and people like that. This is a slow-paced matchup, period. You can, I think in GPPs, paying 10-1 for Vooch is viable. I think paying $6,300 for Terrence Ross is viable, period, but I'm not, like, in love with it. If Fournier's out, I expect Ross to start again, see plenty of minutes. It's just that New York slows it down already. Orlando was playing really fast, and they had Fultz and Gordon and Fournier and Cole Anthony and everybody healthy. That's kind of crumbled to the ground with injuries. So yeah, I don't like it much from this game, just period. Everyone's kind of just priced fine. I think Julius Randle's still fine. He's not 10K, so you can always play him. Was it? Yeah. RJ Barrett, the last time against Atlanta, I was like, 5,600, you guys start having a conversation about, if this guy's worth some shots, 36 points, 7X, that was good. But then New York outside of Randle, I just can't be like, I can't
get excited about anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know which of these guards are going to get minutes, which
Yeah.
one's going to be hot, and like they're all just kind of priced in the same range of crap that I don't want.
Yeah.
So it's Randall for me on New York. It's Vucevic in tournaments. You can always play Vucevic. Ross 6,300, especially Fournier's out. We will know this news before. We will know who is starting, we know who is in, who is out. So everything that I'm saying is could drastically change if Fournier, Ennis, and Aminu are all out again. Then it's you can play Michael Carter Williams. I prefer not to. He's not gonna get the 21.7 assist, 7 rebound game all the time. I don't expect him to do it tonight. If Fournier, Ennis, and Aminu are all out again, my favorite play is Ross.
Yeah, I like Ross too.
Then probably Okiki for value. He's just going to play close to like 25 to 30 minutes. He's just going to play that amount. You can hit any of these low, like mid 3K people. You can play a Gary Clark. Hate it. You can play a Mo Bamba. You can play these people. I prefer not to.
Yeah.
I will say, Chasson Randall also signed a 2-way contract with the Magic. He was playing in the bubble, but he'll now be joining the Magic. So that also that makes me not like Michael Carter Williams even more. I can see them moving him down the small forward and seeing if Chasson Randall can take over some point guard duties. Let's see. Karen Main hasn't played in a while. Just watch. If Chasson Randall starts for some crazy reason at point guard, which could happen, he would be obviously one of the best values on the slate. So just watch the news in this game. Obviously, people play. It's not gonna be as interesting, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't really like much from this game either.
No, I don't.
I like Terrence Ross on FanDuel. He's 5,600 if Fournier is out.
Really good play. Yep. He's a lock if Fournier's out.
Yeah,
on
for
FanDuel.
sure. All right, let's move on. We got the Hawks taking on the Celtics. Celtics are 2-point favorites. The over/under is 222.5. Hey, I did see a report that Tatum is still suffering from lingering effects of COVID. Did you see that?
Did not. Oh yeah, it says right here. Perhaps that's part of the reason he's shot 38.7% since returning. But that's fine. Whatever. He's a good price. 8,700 against the Hawks. It's a good price. Trae Young's 9,600. As long as he's not 10K, I don't mind getting to him. Capella 7,500. He's been playing really well. I think it's a little bit too cheap for what he's been doing, so I like Capella. Fast-paced matchup. Should be a competitive game. No Kemba Walker, which obviously doesn't affect Capella, but no Tice either, which helps a ton. Tice is a very good defensive power forward / center. Wherever he's out in the court. So I don't like targeting him a ton, even with like good centers. But this is now a matchup that you can kind of get to with Capella. Coming down, Herter's under 6K like that. Tristan Thompson's 4,100. Didn't play a ton. He played 28 minutes last night. Remember, this is a back-to-back now. I'd rather get to Tom Lord, Robert Williams again. Probably just going to play him in cash no matter what. We already know Tice is out. Now with Kemba Walker out too, obviously that doesn't affect Robert Williams as much, but could slide. We could see. They've been running Tyson Thompson out there anyway. We could see a Robert Williams and a Thompson at time on the court. We could see that. They had a pure split last night, but I'm just saying, like, Robert Williams at 3,100, he's just going to be able to produce, and if he gets 15 to 18 minutes, he got 20 last night. I expect him to get that, if not a tad more, going forward. We saw, Aaron Nesmith play some last night, played 24 minutes after playing 29. We saw Javonte Green play some last night. The problem with all these other, like, random people outside of the main, like, people for Boston is I don't know who's going to play on a nightly basis. We know Tatum. We know Brown. We know Pritchard is probably going to play some now, especially without Kemba Walker. So I think you can get to some of him. We know Thompson is going to play. We know Jeff Teague is going to play now as well. Those people are going to get minutes. It's going to be Simi probably starting again, and then Robert Williams. Below that, Javonte Green, Tucker Falls, Carson Edwards, Tremont Waters, Aaron Nesmith. I don't know who's going to play in this game. So it's really just the top people for me. And I think you can get to any of them in cash. There's enough usage to go around here. Tatum's at a better price than Brown on Draftkings, and I think you can get to Pritchard. I think you can get to Thompson if you really want to, but I'd rather go to Robert Williams, Tom Lord.
They've got Tristan Thompson projected starting.
Yeah, he started yesterday. I still played Tom Lord. He still got his 30 points, so
nice.
Doesn't matter.
Cool.
They didn't change Tom Lord's price.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what he is on. Yeah, he's 3,500 on FanDuel.
He takes up your center spot, though.
Nice power
Oh,
forward.
wait, Robert Williams?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Grant Williams.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, I was like, Robert Williams is center because I'm gonna be pissed that I didn't play him yesterday at power forward. But never mind.
Yeah, he's center. He's 3,600, so he takes up your
Takes
center
up your
spot.
center. Yeah, not a play for me over there.
Yep. You like anything on the Atlanta side?
Like I said, Trae Young and Clint Capella, and you can get to some Herter
Yeah, I
on
like Herter
DraftKings.
too.
Don't play
Reddish?
DeAndre Hunter on FanDuel. They're tricking you. He is still out. It doesn't say that he's out there right now. Just pointing that out real quick.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. So.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think how much is Herter on FanDuel? Because Herter is like
5,300.
God damn,
yeah,
5,300. Herter's one of my favorite plays, just in general. So Rajon Rondo being out definitely helps.
For sure.
You're gonna see Trae Young and Herter kind of play the trying to think of other teams that do. Have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown kind of run. Jaylen Brown will run the whole first quarter. Jason Tatum will check out with 4 or 5 minutes left, and then play most of the second quarter. He'll rest for 1 or 2 minutes. So they both have about the same minutes. But Herter's going to get a lot of point guard duties, like he's already been doing. I'm just saying this can only help him. I don't think you need to get down to a Brian Goodwin or anything like that, going crazy. So. Or Brandon Goodwin, whatever his fucking name is. He's trash. Don't play him.
Brian, yeah. Cool. All right.
Next game.
Yeah, I think we can move on here. We don't really need anything else from that. Next game, we got the Rockets taking on the 76ers. 76ers are 10.5-point favorites, and the over-under is 226.5.
Yeah, so here's the reasoning that I'm probably not going to have much of New York or Orlando unless all three of those people are out, like I was saying. Probably not going to have much of New York at all because there's news to be had later on. We don't know about Embiid. I expect him to play. We don't know about Oladipo, and we don't know about Gordon. We don't know about PJ Tucker. All these are pretty interesting news pieces because I like this game if pieces are out of it. If we don't have Embiid, like I said, Ben Simmons without Embiid, he destroyed Utah. Tough as shit matchup. Destroyed them without Embiid. Cool. He burned us once without Embiid, and he's done well every other time. So I'm not gonna, you gotta have a short rear view mirror, short memory in DFS. Ben Simmons is a great play without Embiid always. Fuck what anyone else is saying. John Wall at 7,800 is interesting. I think he can definitely get enough. But the thing is, this season, the only times he's really blown up is early in the season when he was fully healthy, which I think he's fully healthy now, with Harden, or against Washington. Those are the only times that he's really just gone crazy. So 7,800 on a bigger slate, I'm not really there. I'm getting sick and fucking tired of playing DeMarcus Cousins. Even on FanDuel, I hope they still haven't priced him up. He's 6,100, so he's going to be disgusting chalk again. I would imagine maybe people start getting off of him. Especially if Embiid plays, there's no way I'm playing Cousins. I'm not doing it again. I haven't been on DraftKings, so been fine there. It's just I'm sick and tired of seeing at the end of the night that he's gotten me 15 to 20 points. So I'm not playing DeMarcus Cousins on FanDuel. Spoiler alert! If anyone's really wanting to do that, I will not be. Okay, cool. He's not actually getting. He's 4th in ownership. So, but really from this game, it's I need to know the news about Embiid, Oladipo, Gordon, and even Tucker. I need to know that. We saw with Oladipo, Gordon, all them out. We saw Nwaba, House, Tate, all these people do really well. And I expect we can see that again. I'm not paying $5,500 for Tate. I'm not paying $5K for House, but I'll pay $4,300 for Nwaba. He was the one I was scared of the last time. That was the only one I was worried about. And he just came out shooting to begin with, missed 3 shots, and I was like, cool, he maybe not be on the night, and then just lit up the second half. So this is another good matchup for him. There was just a ton of value in the last slate, and it was just hard to get to him. But yeah, I need to know news about Houston. I don't like much of Philly, except for Simmons if Embiid is out. And then Tobias Harris, obviously. But
yeah, for sure.
How did Mike Scott do in the starting role? Yeah, he sucked. Unless Bradley starts, Bradley's the only one I care about if he's starting, just because he's a high point per minute person. Dwight Howard's 4,100. I don't like him. So if Scott starts, I don't care. If Bradley starts, I care. But that's all I got.
Yeah, so apparently Seth Curry is going to be ultimate chalk. He's 4K on FanDuel. Shooting guard. It's pretty
I
low
mean, yeah.
price. I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather get to Herder all day, though, if I'm picking between the two, even at $1,300 more.
Right. Yep.
Like, Herder's the priority for me on FanDuel. He just is.
Yeah. And then Cousins isn't going to be overwhelming chalk. He's
No,
61
he's
on
not. No, I
FanDuel,
already
so
looked.
that's
Yeah, I
good.
already looked. He's not.
All right, cool. We'll wait on news on that game. We can go ahead and move on to the Nuggets game. So we got the Nuggets taking on the Wizards. The Nuggets are favored 3.5 points. The over/under is 233.
Another reason I don't want to get too much of these 7 and 7:30 games. We need to know news about all these Denver pieces. I mean, we saw. I think Jokic missed about he was on pace to play like 42 minutes, and they got blown out by Boston towards the fourth quarter. I don't know. This is just such a fantastic matchup for him against Washington.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to guard him at all. He's a fantastic play on both sides. He's too cheap on FanDuel at 10.5 as well.
Yep.
But we need to know news about Monty Morris, about Gary Harris, about PJ Dozier. We need to know. We know Will Barton is out. We know Paul Millsap is out.
Dozier's out.
So that opens up minutes. Who?
Dozier's out.
Dozier is out?
Yes.
Will
Barton's
not play.
out.
Cool.
Millsap
okay,
out.
so Dozier's out. So we still need to know about Gary Harris and Monty Morris. So those are, those are two big things. Like those are people. Not that they're good fantasy people, but they're going to soak up minutes from people that can. Another person I really like is Jamal Murray. I liked him last night, but I only played him on FanDuel because we were playing the 3 studs on Draftkings. When it's just him and Jokic, I don't mind playing Jamal Murray around the 7K price tag. But when it's Will Barton, when it's Gary Harris, when I know Michael Porter Jr. is there, but he's not doing much, and I'm going to continue to not to not play him. He went 0 for 8 last night.
He sucked.
Obviously, he can be much better today, and I think actually getting to Michael Porter Jr. tonight is actually going to be correct for GPPs because he's going to be lower owned than he probably should be because of recency bias. Sorry, dog's barking. Because of recency bias. Yeah, someone must have walked by the door. Because of recency bias. So there's going to be a reason to get to him in GPPs. The rest of this though, just really going to be not for me. I'm waiting for Mo Wagner to get like a 40-point game and just blow his price tag out of the water, but I don't know if it's going to be today against Jokic. You may see more Robin Lopez tonight. I don't know. I don't like to go there. So
yeah, Rui.
And then Westbrook and Beal are too much on DraftKings.
Yeah, and you got Rui. He's 6,300 now. Super.
Yeah, he's 5,800 on DraftKings. I just can't get there.
Yeah, for sure. You ready to move on? So we're just waiting on news in that game too. So we'll need the
Jamal Murray at 6,500 on FanDuel is a fucking smash play.
Yeah, that's wow. That's crazy. I've never
he
seen
was 6,500 yesterday and 20% owned. So
wow.
We'll keep hitting these good price tags on these people that should be higher.
Yep. All right, let's move on. We've got the Pistons now taking on the Bulls. The Bulls are 3-point favorites. The over/under is 219.5. What do you like from this game?
I think you can always play a little bit Zach LaVine. I think this is a good bounce back spot for Jeremy Grant, who's had 3 down games after 4 of his last 6 have been pretty not good. I think he's a fair price tag, still at 7,600. The problem is you got these rookies you got Sadiq Bey and people kind of getting minutes and taking more shots than Blake Griffin was, so that kind of hurts him. I'm really kind of upset that they priced Sadiq Bey up to 5,500. I wanted to keep playing in the 4Ks, but I'm not going to chase his 50 and 37-point game at 5,500 now, though. I'm off of that. I think this kid is going to keep getting minutes and keep getting time, so I don't mind getting to him in GPPs.
Especially with Blake Griffin gone now.
Yeah, the whole Pistons team is kind of priced just well. Sekou Doumbouya is out again, so just keep a watch, or not keep a watch, but I mean that's why Sadiq Bey and Jeremy Grant, there's no one really to take their minutes with Blake Griffin out and them both starting. Josh Jackson is just kind of moving around from the 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just kind of being that 6th man. So I don't think much is going to change. I can't imagine getting to Plumlee at 7,200. The only person from the Pistons that I'm like really enamored with is DeLon Wright, and I wish he was not only point guard eligible, but I mean it makes sense. He's just playing well, except for the game against Indy. I mean, look at his last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of his last 6 have been over 30 points, and that's what you need for value. So, it's a good matchup for him. It's good pace. It's good everything. He's playing 35 minutes a game in competitive matches. I expect this one to be competitive. Um, I loved. I mean, DeLon Wright's just a really good play. He can get you close to a triple double. I mean, one of these days we may see him get a triple double. He's just doing a little bit of everything. He's not taking 20 shots a game. He's taking like 10, but he's assisting, he's rebounding, he's stealing, he's getting blocks. Like he's doing a little bit of everything. He's not fouling too, so don't mind getting to him at 6K. I think it's a little too cheap. I think he's more of like a 7K player, so I don't mind taking advantage of that either.
Yeah, I like it. I don't have any FanDuel pricing for some reason up on that game.
Let's see. Zach LaVine 9,500. No. Jeremy Grant 7,200 is a fair price. See, DeLon Wright is actually priced correctly on FanDuel. 7K. Kobe White is 6K. That's fine. Josh Jackson 5,700 is fine. Who?
How much is Sadiq Bey?
Oh, like he's almost 6K. 5,800.
Okay.
Yeah, they price him up quick. I mean, that's what happens when you score 50 and then 37 back to back. So.
Yep.
Yeah, really nothing on FanDuel sticking out to me besides Jeremy Grant. I think he's a pretty good play at 7,200.
Yeah, I like it. All right.
We can move on.
Move on. We've got the Pacers taking on the Timberwolves. The Pacers are 5-point favorites, and the over-under is 224.
Thank God for DraftKings pricing Sabonis back up so I can stop playing this fuck. Even though he did well yesterday, it still took overtime for him to get to where I really needed him to get to. Piece of shit. I was getting sick of having to play these Pacers because I fucking hate them because they're trash. The team itself, Sabonis and Brogdon are good, but they're trash. So Towns at 9,300. One of these days I'm going to pull the trigger on him. It's just not going to be now on a back-to-back. But I think getting there in GPPs is fine. I think Malik Beasley coming off of a really bad game, getting back to him at a still fair price is not a bad tournament option. I mean, Anthony Edwards just came off of a big game. Not really thinking he's going to repeat that here. Here's a person, and I almost thought about him last time when he got announced as the starter. TJ McConnell. I don't know what to really think of what he's doing. I mean, he shot insanely well yesterday, but that's not what he does. He assists, he rebounds, he steals, he blocks, he does all that kind of shit. He does all the peripheral and he'll get you like 5 to 10 points or something a game. So I don't expect him to get 19 points, but he also was down on peripherals last game. He's playing a lot of minutes. If he starts again, like it's a pretty good matchup for him, and I need to know if McDermott is out. Obviously, I hope if McDermott's out again, then this is the only. I don't think he starts without McDermott. They like Holiday in the starting lineup, Justin Holiday, that is. So if McDermott's out again, I think you can play some TJ McConnell. This is a really good matchup for him, and I still think a fair price. But only if he's starting. Obviously, if he's coming off the bench, I don't expect him to do what he's been doing. But in a starting role, I can see it. The rest of this matchup is it's a no-go for me. Too many people on Minnesota to play any of these lower people.
Yeah. Again, I don't have my FanDuel pricing up on my optimizer. I don't know why. TJ McConnell 6,200. That's
just a fade. This whole game, you could get to some Ricky Rubio at 5,300 on FanDuel.
Brogdon's 8K, too expensive.
Yeah, on FanDuel, this is a fade for me, except for a little bit of Ricky Rubio.
Yeah. Yep, I don't really see anything else from this one.
Next game.
All right, we got the Thunder taking on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 7.5-point favorites. The over/under is 226.5.
Okay, this is a game of shit and shitter. Jay is really close to return. Good, decent shot. Okay. Obviously, if Shea comes back, everybody's crap on OKC and their elevated price tags goes into the shitter. John Morant, back to back. He only played 31 minutes last night, but just did really, really well in that amount of time. But this thing, he's not playing any more than he has been. So why are they going to run him out on back to back? He's just a really good price tag, 7,400, and then 7,100 on FanDuel. Like, it's just good price tags, but I can't get to him in cash. I can't get to any of Memphis in cash, like probably, especially on Draftkings. But on FanDuel, position eligibility may make you get to one. That's fine. I got the Grayson Allen last time, even though he pivoted, but I don't know how you play. I don't know how you play any of this game, period, if Shea plays. If Shea is out, it's still tough because everyone's price is up, and then Theo Maledon is back now. I don't know how you get to anyone from this game at all. Yeah, this game's a fade for me.
All right, let me look at the starting lineup here.
We don't know. I mean,
yeah,
if Shea's in,
yet.
And then if Shea's out, I mean, Theo's back. Like, it hampers everyone.
Yeah.
Just having more minutes. Like, this was OKC's been a minutes play. At the end of the day, Hamidou Diallo, Kenrich Williams, Lugwins Dort, all these people are trash. These people are bench players at best on most teams in the NBA. Were Diallo, Dort was Diallo or Kenrich Williams or, Isaiah Roby, except for like a couple times when Horford was out. Were any of these people starters or on anyone's radar earlier in the season? No. Hamidou Diallo was a couple times because he had a 40-point game, and then people chased it, and they got him 15 points. Then Dort had one 40-point game, and everyone chased him. It's the same thing. These kids at the end of the day are not good overall. They're good because they're NBA players, but in terms of NBA status, they're not. Shea is the only reason these people win games half the time, and they've been without him and Horford. Like, Diallo and these people have played well, and they've beaten some teams without these people. But it's just, and it's good long term because these kids are getting minutes, but they're not good point per minute players when everyone's healthy. So just stay away from this game, most likely.
Yeah. I don't really like much of this game. I think you're right about Ja. I don't think they're going to roll him out any more than they should.
30 minutes?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I don't see it on a back-to-back.
Dylan Brooks too priced up for me. Grayson Allen, don't trust him. Yeah, I don't.
He's too priced up.
I don't mind Horford. I don't mind Horford or J Val. Really, J Val. I don't mind him. He's 7,800. Let me look at his minutes. Hang on.
It's 25, 28, stuff like that. Like,
that was a blowout. Fine. Yeah, he got 28 in a blowout. He got 26 pretty much in a blowout. He played 32 against the Lakers. Yeah, I could get there in GBPs. Not bad.
It's a fade in cash.
Oh, yeah. Moving on. We've got the Trailblazers taking on the Pelicans. The Pelicans are 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is 235. I think that's the highest. It is the highest on the slate. So
probably, yeah. It's one of the best games.
Yep. Probably going to be some super shock coming from here.
Yeah, probably. Lillard's back over 10K on DraftKings. It's really tough for me to pay that for him. He's not a high, even like with all these people out, he's not a high usage person. He's just he gets a lot of shots up and stuff like that. So, he doesn't have the usage rate as these other 10K people that you normally pay for. So it's a little bit tougher for me to really want to go there. On DraftKings, I don't mind getting to Zion. He's just going to get you like 40 to 44 points, and you're going to be fine with it. The thing is, like, it's tough thinking about GPP winning upside with Zion and Brandon Ingram right now. They're both just getting like 40 points, and you need like 55 from them to really be like, okay, I'm good in GPPs to like start taking down stuff with, obviously with the rest of your lineup. But it's just tough wanting to get to one of them. For cash, they're always good plays. You can always play them. Enes Kanter at 7K is fair. Don't really love it though. He's kind of been just fine. The rest of this game towards the bottom, Steven Adams is going to be available now off the injury report. I don't know how much he plays. It's just all this game is just priced fine. Like, it's hard to get to.
Yeah, the only person I see getting ownership is Dame, and he always does. So. Yeah, I don't see anything that really sticks out. Gary
Yeah,
Trent's still
it's
priced up.
Dame if you
Yeah.
can get there in cash, but
What do you think
whatever.
about Rocco? Is he coming back? Is he finally playing
Rocco?
better? Yeah. He's put back-to-back 30-point games up. Finally.
Okay. I mean, yeah. You need that for cash.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Do you think he's actually coming back into form? Because he was just playing like
No,
garbage.
no. He shot 7 times in both games, made 5, and then made 2, and he's had 6 blocks in one game and 4 steals in another. So no, I don't think so.
Outliers.
Yeah, I mean, no, he can do that, but yeah, it's still outliers. I mean, no one's getting 4 and 6 steals or blocks a game. Like that just doesn't happen. Rocco getting 2 to 3 a game. Okay, I understand that, but not 6 and 4 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think he's back. I still think he's garbage.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, cool. Let's move on to probably the best game of the night, I think. Golden State taking on the Heat. Golden State they are 1.5-point favorites, and the over/under is 222. What do you think about this game?
Sorry. Curry's over 10K. I'd rather play Dame on the slate than Curry. DraftKings finally priced up Jimmy Butler to 8,800, which he deserves. I think he's fine at that price. Yeah, he is. He's doing really well. I think he's fine at that price. He got a triple-double last game. Goran Dragic is still out, so that helps. It's tough with choosing between Jimmy and Bam now, with Bam being cheaper. I think you can get to either one of them. I think they're both fine. Damn. I'm not seeing a lot from this game that I'm like in love with price wise. Like Tyler Hero's fine, but I don't love it. Like 6K for him, I think is fair.
Well, I'll tell you one that sticks out for me on FanDuel, and then you can keep looking.
Okay, FanDuel, yeah. I mean
Kelly O, $4,500 on FanDuel. I know he's center, but it's bigs against Golden State, man.
Yeah, it's just Eric Spoelstra, dude. Like we've seen Kelly O be getting 30 minutes, and then he played 14 against the Clippers. Like that's just the problem with him. Like there's a couple times that I've almost had Kelly O in my cash builds because he's just getting 25 points, and on some of these slates, I'm like, I just really want these guaranteed points. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, Kelly O is not guaranteed. There at any moment, this dude could play 10 minutes or be even a DNP. So it's tough for me to get there. If he's starting, I think you can get to him for sure. But still, he could play 12 minutes, and it wouldn't be the most shocking thing to happen. I'd be like, well,
he just played 14 the other
was in
day.
the range of outcomes.
Yeah, 2 days ago he played 14 minutes against the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean it's probably more of an outlier for the season. Like, I mean, for about a week, he played 27 to 31 minutes, and then before that played 21, 27, 22, 26, 25. So yeah, 4,500 it's fine. If that's your last piece, okay, but it's not something I would build around.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think about Steph on FanDuel? He is 10K. Jimmy Butler is 94. You like either one of those?
I mean, yeah, I think you get to both. What's Dame's price on FanDuel though compared to Steph?
Hang on. He's 95. Sorry.
So yeah, you play Dame over Steph.
Yeah.
On both sides, you play Dame over Steph.
Yeah, man. I kind of want to run a little mini game stack of Steph and Jimmy. I think they both show out here for GPPs.
I don't think it'll be that popular.
No, I don't think it will.
So I think it'd be a good idea for tournaments for sure. I like both of them. They're obviously really good players. So
yeah,
they're just priced correctly. Dame is underpriced on FanDuel.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't hate none at 5,100, but it's opportunity cost there on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's
not bad.
He's just point guard, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I just think having Jamal Murray tonight is going to be the correct thing to be doing. That's 6,500, and then it's probably going to be Jamal Murray and Dame for me at point guard on FanDuel.
Cool. All right, you want to move on from this game? You got anything else?
Yep. Nah.
All right, last game, we got the Jazz taking on the Clippers. The Jazz are 3.5-point favorites, and the over-under is 227.
Yeah, the Clippers have actually been pretty good about getting news out, so I'm hoping that we'll know about Kawhi. Paul George is out, so I'm hoping we know about Kawhi later.
Do we know when Paul George is coming back?
No idea. Dude, I almost dropped Marcus Morris yesterday, and then I was like, no, I don't really need this game. And so I kept him. Glad I did, because Batum is still out. From this game, we need to know Kawhi news. We need to know Mike Conley news. I think they both could play. Mike Conley was upgraded to questionable, so I think that we could see him play today, which would make Joe Ingles and Clarkson worse plays than they are currently. I don't think you're playing Conley, period, but you're not going to be playing Clarkson or Ingles. You shouldn't be playing Clarkson or Ingles on DraftKings, period. Let's see what their prices are on FanDuel.
Conley is $6K. Clarkson's $5,900.
So wait, Clarkson's $6K, you said?
Yep.
Ingles, okay, 59 and 57, okay. I'm probably not playing either one of those as well on FanDuel. I mean, maybe they're your last piece you can get there. I'd rather play Donovan Mitchell at 8,100 than either one of those guys. Donovan Mitchell 8,300 on DraftKings is also fine. Rudy Gobert at 7,300 I think is really good as well on DraftKings. Marcus Morris Sr., if Kawhi's out, 5,700 is going to be fine. I don't know what to expect from Ibaka after the last game. The problem with him is it was a back-to-back. He's a veteran, and I just thought he would play, 25 to 30 minutes, and he played 20. Didn't get any fourth quarter run. Barely got any second half run. I think he played 4 minutes in the second half or something like that, 4 or 5 minutes. So it was pretty tough to watch that and us lose because of it. I think Ibaka's still a good price, but it's a tough matchup, and I don't want to get burned by him again, and I don't think he's gonna be popular, so don't want to go there. Pat Bev is back, so we know he will be playing. I think he's a good play if Kawhi's out and Pat Bev is starting. If Kawhi's out, we'll probably see the starting lineup of Pat Bev, Reggie Jackson, Lou Williams, Marcus Morris, Ibaka. Probably see that as a starting group. So yeah, it's hard to really dissect the Clippers without knowing Kawhi news.
Yeah, I think he probably plays.
I think Kawhi probably plays too. I think Mike Conley also probably plays.
Yeah, I think so. They still got Lou priced up at $6,700 on FanDuel. I don't think he can get there. I'd much rather
if Kawhi's
play.
out, you can.
Yeah, I'd still I'd prefer Mitchell and we talked about one earlier, another shooting guard we really like.
Herder.
Yeah, Herder. I'd really get to those too.
Yeah, no, agreed.
For sure. Does anything else stick out on this? Let's see. Anything else stick out here for you?
No. Overall, this is a pretty meh slate. I'm not really excited about a lot of plays right now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, dude. Well, let's get our flag plants in, and we'll get out of here. Do you think Anthony Edwards is a good value? That's a question, chap.
Value is not the correct word. I think he's a fine GP play. He's not a value because he's 6K. Yeah, I feel like you're chasing a little bit there potentially, so just be careful. But he's been doing well.
Yeah,
I can definitely get to him. I've played him a couple times, or once I think this year, and almost played him a couple more times. So he's always in my mind. I think he's fine.
Yeah, and this is just just a sports take from me, but he was also going up against LeBron, so I think he kind of wanted to show out against him, and he has no one. Yeah. He has no one to show out for. Who's Brogdon, who's Sabonis. So that's just my take. But yeah, you want to do your flag plants and get out of here?
This is a really tough slate. I don't love a lot of stuff on DraftKings. For me, if a person I think is going to overperform his pricing is DeLon Wright. That's where I'd want to start a lot of stuff potentially tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Jimmy Buckets. I just think that he's smashing this year. I mean, he's got 2 triple-doubles on the season and multiple double-doubles. I'm just going with Jimmy Buckets, man. And I really like running it back with Curry on the other side.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I really don't.
Yeah, so there we go, guys. Well, thanks for coming out. We're right at like 40 minutes, so thanks for, coming, hanging out, talking some hoops. If you are not a follower, please give us a follow, or, you can always, there's our sub button. So if you guys got any more questions, just put them in the chat, and you can always hit us up on
I'll be around.
Twitter, and we'll be here. So thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow.